Hey guys, it's Ingrid here and welcome back to a new video. Finally have my camera charger so I can finally film with my camera, which makes me a lot more comfortable than filming on my computer. I'm trying to get the lighting to work. I think I might have got it now, I'm not too sure, but you're here to hear me talk about books, so that's what I'm going to do. So today I am going to do a tag, and this tag is called the Road So Far tag, and it's created by Josh from the channel Beards and Books. So I'll have his channel linked in the description down below. He has really great videos and talks a lot about graphic novels. So if you read graphic novels, you should definitely check his channel out. This tag has 8 questions. The first question is, if you could pick a fictional world to live in, what world would you choose and why? Well, if you don't know the answer to this, then welcome to my channel. My name's Ingrid and I'm addicted to Peter Pan, if you haven't seen my channel name. So it would be Neverland, be the easiest question probably in this entire tag. I would just love to live in Neverland. I would love to just fly around with Tinkerbell and Peter Pan and play games with the Lost Boys and go fight Captain Hook, swim with the mermaids. How can you not want to live in Neverland? Like, I know the original is a bit more brutal, but I think I could survive it, and I think it would be such an adventure. That's easily fictional world that I would want to live in. Question number 2 is, what solo book and or book series surprised you the most? I'm not quite sure what this one book surprised me the most. That's a really good question. I should have thought this through a bit more. Oh, I know a really good one. It will be The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I picked up the audiobook because my library had it available and everyone was talking about it, saying how amazing it was, but I was just like, ugh. Doesn't really sound that interesting, doesn't really sound like something that I really want to read. I just didn't think I would love it. But Emma from Emma Books was talking about how she didn't think she would love it and ended up loving it. So I just picked it up and oh my god, it's one of my favorite books of all time now. I highly recommend picking it up, and the audiobook was great. Oh, I'm lost for words every time I speak about this book because I'm so shocked. It's so out of my comfort zone and I can't really pinpoint exactly what I loved about it. It was just both the writing style and the story and the characters. It was picked up. And the third question is, you can pick one author to meet. Who would you choose and why? Easily J. Kristoff. I follow him on Instagram and he's just the coolest dude ever. I just feel like he's so down to earth and he just doesn't take himself too seriously. And I would also want to know how we could create Mia. I just don't understand how one man can do all that, you know? And God's Grave is like on my top 3 favorite books of all time list, and I would just like to thank him for it. And I don't know, I'm just so amazed at how he writes, the way he writes, and how he comes up with all the things, and how he can mess my feelings up so much in the Nevernight Chronicles. Yeah, if I can meet anyone, it would be him. Maybe one day. Question number 4 is, if you could only ever read one genre of book for the rest of your life, what genre would you choose and why? I would 100% choose fantasy. If you look at my shelf, the majority is fantasy because one, it's my favorite genre. Because one, it's my favorite genre, and also there's just so many words to explore. I feel in fantasy you get a little bit of romance, you get a little bit of adventure, you get some politics. There's just so much in fantasy. It's not that restricted because fantasy can be anything. You can have a fantasy world that reminds you of our world, or you can have a fantasy world that's just out of this world, you know? So I think you would just never get bored reading fantasy, and that's why I would choose it. Question number 5 is, what genre do you rarely read but wish you read more? For this one, I think I'm gonna say historical fiction, because almost all the historical fiction books that I've read I love, and I do have some of them on my shelf. I'm not quite sure which one I brought and which one are back in my old house, but I have some of the Genghis Khan books up there and the Book Thief, and I know either somewhere on my shelf. This is the thing about moving, I'm not sure what my books are. I'm going to give credit to my sister for organizing my shelf. She put most of the books together, makes it look like this, but it also makes me have no idea where my books are. But I own The Help. I'm not sure if I have any other ones that I haven't read. Oh, the Underground Railroad, I think it's called. So I have a lot, so it's not that I don't have options. I think the reason why I don't want to read them is because it makes me cry. Most of the times when I read to kind of get distracted from this world and go into other worlds, and reading historical fiction just makes my day even more sad, if that makes sense. And also some of the books I think I really want to love and I'm not ready to experience them yet. I'm not sure if this makes any sense to anyone else, but if it does, please let me know. Like The Book Thief, how can you not love it? You know, everyone loves it, everyone keeps saying how amazing it is, and so I want to read it, but I also want to wait until there's one day where I really need like a good book, then I know I have one. So yeah, I guess I have commitment issues when it comes to historical fiction. Hopefully it will change soon because I do love the majority of the historical fiction that I read. Maybe that should be a goal, to read at least one historical fiction book before this year's end. I think I'm going to add that to my list. Question number 6 is, what is the most intimidating book or book series you're too nervous to begin? There's a lot. Books intimidate me even though I love them. Definitely the Annotated Brothers Grimm, because it's just such a big book. And the same with Children of Blood and Bone. Like, I think I'm going to love this, but it's huge. So what if I don't? And I spent all this time reading it. Which doesn't make sense because I already got it, already paid money for this. Also on the bottom here is the second book in the Six of Crows duology. I can't think of what it's called right now, but I'm really scared to read that one because I did like Six of Crows a lot and people keep saying that's better. And I love Lee Bardugo's writing, but I didn't love the Grisha trilogy's plot. So I'm really scared that I'm not gonna love that one. And my expectations are so high. So I'm a bit intimidated because I don't want to be let down, you know. I'm not sure if there's a book series because I do usually love series and I start way too many of them without finishing them. I think I'm going to do a different video just about all the book series that I've started, but I'm not sure if I want to realize how many series that is. Question number 7 is, if you had to recommend one book and or book series above all others, what would that be? I would 100% recommend Neverland by Margaret McGovern. It's my favorite book of all time, easily. Read it if you like mental health books. There's a lot of different triggering subjects, so look up the trigger warnings if you think there are, if you know you have some triggers, but it's amazing. It is a contemporary about mental health that has a little bit of Peter Pan sprinkled in there, and another book you can read, maybe Peter Pan. It's also a really amazing book. When it comes to book series, I think The Lunar Chronicles. I haven't finished The Lunar Chronicles yet, but I have so much love for this series. I'm currently reading Winter and it's so amazing. So if you like sci-fi, bit of fairy tale retellings, pick that series up. And question number 8, the final question. What are your reading plans and booktube plans for the next 6 months? My reading plans is to read. I just started uni and as of today, the 27th of August, I haven't finished a book yet. My goal is just gonna be to continue reading even though I have to study. And then my booktube plans will be to continue uploading. Haven't had that much time lately because I've been sailing and moving and starting uni. So my plans are basically to just do my best and hopefully get some more bookish friends and connect more with the community, and trying to get onto Twitter. I do have a Twitter account and some days I'm good, but most of the days I forget that Twitter is a thing because I'm like a grandma when it comes to technology and I just don't remember that those are actual things. So my goal is to be more active on Twitter. I'm not sure if that's book, because it's kind of booktube related, right? So that was it for this tag. I will leave all the questions in the description if you want to do this tag. If you like hearing me talk about books and graphic novels and bookish related stuff, please subscribe and maybe give this video a like. And then I'll chat to you in the comments and see you in my next video. Bye.